Hey guys, this is Goji73 coming at you with a figure review. Now that I have reviewed 2 of the 3 Ultraman figures that I have with me at this time, here is the latest one that I've got until the newest line begins releasing again. And so, here he is. The evil that can't stand up. Ultraman Belial, or as I used to call it, Ultraman Belial. Now that the movie he appears in has been released, here is his history. In the movie Ultra Galaxy Legends, Ultraman Belial was one of the very few early Ultramen to appear when M78 was saved by the Plasma Spark. But he was tempted into owning the Plasma Spark for himself, and so was visibly scarred by it. So, and also for endangering the planet, he was banished from the Land of Light, where he met alien Rayblood. Afterwards, Rayblood merged with Belial and transformed him into the evil Ultraman you're seeing right now. Ultraman Belial returned to M78 with an army of monsters in the Giga battle-nizer, and tried to take it over, only to be stopped by Ultraman King, who seals him in a galactic prison where he stays there for centuries, apparently. Or millenniums, I don't know. Sometime later, alien Zarab appears and frees Ultraman Belial from his prison, and in hopes of creating an alliance. But Belial refuses, and instead kills Zarab with the battle-nizer. Then it just becomes an all-out battle between every single Ultra on the planet and Belial himself, until finally he steals the Plasma Spark and hides in the monster graveyard, while everyone on M78 freezes over. Ultraman, Ultra 7, and Mebius all survive, and they soon recruit Ray and Gomorrah to help them, and, well, they eventually confront Ultraman Belial in the Ultra Graveyard, and fight off his army until Ultraman Zero comes and Ultra 7 dies. Afterwards, Zero destroys the army and kicks Belial's ass until Belial revives into Barry Eudora. But even so, all the Ultras team up in attendance, and Zero eventually defeats Belial again, until the sequel, Ultraman Zero the movie. And so that's it for now of Ultraman Belial's history. Now on to detail. Let me pull out the original Bandai Belial that I have. Now as you can see here, the Ultra X Belial is smaller and not nearly as thick as the Bandai one, but I think that's a lot more accurate because he was hunched over a lot, so I think he was pretty short for a normal Ultraman. And as you can see, the reason why he's also short is because of all his articulation points on him, whereas Bandai Belial has only 3. And yeah, this one's bulky, so basically this one's bulkier and has less articulation points, whereas this one has more articulation points, is smaller and thinner. Just to give you a demonstration. But just like the Bandai one, he is incredibly well detailed. I mean, everything on him looks stunning. And the eyes. The color timer doesn't have an extra red piece, because we never really see him on Earth. So we really know about that. So yeah, the detail is really great. As far as articulation goes, he's got a lot, just like Ultraman. He has pretty much all the same points. Legs, well, feet, toes. Yeah, feet, knees, thighs, hip and waist, arms, shoulders, elbows, hands. And there's an extra point, and it's even some points on the neck, like right here on the neck. You have to be careful about this piece because it could pop out. It accidentally popped out on me by accident, but I re-popped it back in, but just to let you know. Even the neck moves up and down here. And of course, if you've been looking at some pictures, his mouth opens to reveal teeth. which is something we never really saw in his appearance in Ultraman. And of course, let's look at the pieces that in his Ultra Act box that came with him. As you see here, here is the battle-nizer staff. Here is a shorter version of when it first comes out. This thing right here, this is actually a battle-nizer side, where he shoots like fire or bullets, which is this right here. And right here, these are the real battle-nizer pieces. And here are 2 extra set of hands. The cool thing about these is that they actually have little hinges on them too. So he can actually be like pointing a finger or whatnot. Also, gotta be careful though, because they could break too. And as a treat for you guys, I'm gonna put his battle-nizer on him right now. So yeah, that's what it's like when he has his battle-nizer with him. And this is the long piece, like I showed you too. Yeah, as you've seen in the movie, I don't know if I sped it up too much, but yeah, it slides into his fist hand, so it kind of makes it easier. So yeah, and you can always put on the extra hand at any time you like. Now on to sizing. Seeing as he does fight like just about every single Ultraman, here's one of the Ultras that I haven't pulled out in a long time. Zophi. And yeah, you can see what I mean by shorter, but then again, the Bandai ones are kind of either made too big or too small. So yeah, if Zophi were an Ultra Act, this would actually be a lot more, right, because sometimes Belial actually is shorter than the Ultra, so, yeah, I guess this is right. And finally, Rarity. He was just recently released along with Gomorrah, so yeah, he should be common, but again, like all the other Ultra Acts, he goes for a pretty hefty price. So you kind of have to be, well, he's common, but he's pretty hefty in price, so just to let you know. So yeah, and that's it for this review. History is short because he's just starting off as a villain. His detail is pretty fantastic. Articulation has tons. A lot of good pieces. Sizing is on par, I guess, with the normal Bandai figures, and Rarity is pretty common. So in the end, I'm going to give this figure another 10 out of 10. I mean, just like all the other Ultra Acts, he is just a really great figure. And so that's it. I hope you enjoy this review.